Hi guys, so I got asked two questions, one from Tom about mountain biking and one from Ben about Quidditch. And the first one is the mountain biking question one, and it was who jumped the Tour de France and what bike were they on? So I found out that the guy that jumped it was a guy called Dave Watson, and he jumped the Tour de France near the top of the Col de Galibert. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, he decided to jump it as part of a stunt, painted his name on the road, and then as a group of cyclists came up, jumped over the top of them off of this little cliff edge. Didn't quite land it right, but that was because the police were chasing him at that point. So yeah, that's what he did. And Dave Watson was on a bike called a Kona Stab Primo and sailed a full 45 metres over the heads of cyclists. So yeah, pretty impressive, pretty mental. The next question is about Quidditch. Yeah, I know, most people will say that this isn't a real sport, but it has been taken up by people in America, mainly sort of a fun American college game that people have adapted from the original Harry Potter books and have made it into Muggle Quidditch, so Quidditch that can be played on the ground. It is also coming over to this country, UK, soon. It's been taken up by a couple of universities, I think. But basically, what you need to be able to play is you have to have something around the size of either a hockey pitch or a cricket oval, and then you have to have dodgeballs as bludgers, a tennis ball and a sock for a snitch, and a deflated, well, on the site that I read, volleyball, but I'm guessing you can do it with something along the lines of a football, as long as it's slightly deflated so you can sort of grab it. And then all players must have brooms between their legs at all times, apart from the snitch, who is the snitch runner. They have the sock, which has the ball in it, in their belt, and they are allowed to run free wherever they want. There's the seekers, which have to catch the snitch. The snitch can leave the ground that they are playing, so when they're playing in university, it has to run the whole campus for a certain amount of time. There's a specified time that you sort out before the match as to when the snitch will come back to the field and just be only allowed within the field, but up until that point it can roam free. And this person must be dressed in either yellow or gold, and it's usually someone smaller, so grab a small friend. And then you have to have the bludgers, and those are people that are allowed to throw the balls, the dodgeballs at other people, and you're also given a bat to be able to whack them away. You have the keepers, which obviously keep the goals. You must have 3 hoops, each of which have different heights, and you have to be able to throw those through the holes, and you have to throw the quaffle through the holes. And then the chasers are the people that are responsible for throwing the quaffle around. There can only be 3 chasers on each team playing at any one time, and they're only allowed to move a certain amount of steps usually, just so they can't run about completely. And then at the start of the match, the quaffle and the 2 bludgers must be put in the middle, and in the middle of the pitch, and either 2 teams must go to the ends of the pitches, and when the referee blows their whistle and says brooms up, they're allowed to run in and grab the balls. So that's how the game starts. The weird thing about it is that the snitch is only worth 30 points. I say the weird thing about it, there's quite a lot of weird things about it, but the weird thing about the rules is that the snitch is only worth 30 points, which means that you can lose a game even if you catch the snitch a lot more often than you can in the books. So it makes things a little bit more interesting in terms of goal scoring and stuff, because the focus isn't completely on catching the snitch. So yeah, that's how you play Quidditch the Muggle way. Who would have thought that someone would have come up with a whole sport genre and changed it from something that seemed to only work with magical things, but there we go. So if you want to go and have a go, that's how you do it. Okay, any other questions? Give me a shout.